your mind while we laugh and play. Here comes DJ Boo, Shaheem and our Debbie. Yes, we're on our way to brighten up your day. Here we go.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shore to
Here we go, here we go. From the shore to B-More Show.
Here we go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. B-More. Asbury Park, New York. You know we got y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here... What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of From the Shore to Be More. I'm one of your hosts, the one, the only Shaheem. Let's go, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm another of your hosts. My name is Deborah Singletary. I am also known as Aunt Debbie.
Of course she is, the beautiful Aunt Debbie, everybody. And DJ Boom, of course, is our partner in crime. He should be showing up at every moment, everybody. And of course, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
That's right. Welcome back. We got another exciting topic for you guys today, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. So we're glad that you are here with us for this. All right? Chemistry versus compatibility, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be our topic for today. Can you put that up for him, Junior? Chemistry versus compatibility, ladies and gentlemen. I believe, well, we believe, this is going to be an excellent conversation. And we would encourage you, and we hope that you would stick around for it. Right, guys?
Yeah. Chemistry affects all of us. It's not necessarily, it's not magic, but it can seem magical. We want to break it down for you.
Of course it does. I mean, when you think about the chemistry, when you first meet someone or catch an eye across the room, there's a whole romantic vibe to it. There's a whole thing, there's a whole fantasy that comes along with that. We're gonna get into that, everybody. We want you to share your experiences while we share ours. Everybody, be part of the conversation. Right on, Debbie?
And not only that, we could think in terms of the chemistry that Shaheem and I have as aunt and what is he called? Nephew. I was thinking of a funny word. Quick enough. So
okay. That's right. Or chemistry between other family members, everybody. We're going to talk about all that. It's going to be a great conversation, and we want to hear from you guys. Stick around for that. Before we jump into that, I just want to mention last week's conversation, as I always do. Loyalty. Loyalty was last week's conversation, everybody, and that was a great conversation. It was very intimate. And if you missed it, I have to remind you, you can catch it on our YouTube channel, along with our many other episodes of From the Shore to Be More, everybody. Make sure you tell a friend and be sure to subscribe. We're trying to get these numbers up, right, guys? Of course.
And it's not just about the numbers. It's not just about, being able to say we've got 1 million listeners, which we would love, but we're really interested in the connection. Even if it's a connection between 100 of us or 10 of us, that's really what we're going with, and the connection that we have within ourselves.
All right, I could co-sign that. So make sure you tell a friend, everybody. That's right. Also, I got to mention my partner in crime, our engineer, ladies and gentlemen. My son, everybody, who's always with me every Sunday. My son, Junior, who also has his own thing going on, everybody. Hey, DJ Boom, I'll get to that in a minute. My son, Junior, who also has his own thing. So if you're into anime or if you're into gaming, you can reach my son at Otaku Everything. That's at Anime Cannibal, ladies and gentlemen, and it's on YouTube. So, like I said, if you're into gaming or anime, he sure would love to hear from you guys. Right, Junior? Yes, right. Give yourself a round of applause. Do your thing. I like that. But for sure,
I
for
applaud
sure,
you, Ty.
we all do. We all do. And also, we also applaud the fact that guess who's joining us in his car, but he's joining us nonetheless. DJ Boom, what's going on, Boom?
Well, family, I had to pop in here. I know we're doing the show and everything right now, but I had to pop in and let y'all know my car was stolen this morning. And
Oh my
so
God.
I wanted to let y'all know what was going on as far as why I wasn't on the show on time. You see, I'm in the car. We thought we found the car, but we didn't find the car. Um, but fortunately, I did find my book bag that had my laptop and controller and all that stuff in it. But we're coming back from the spot. That's why I'm on here right now, um, to let you guys know why I wasn't on time, and I don't even have enough battery power to stay
Oh,
on. I just wanted to
oh,
let
oh,
y'all know what
oh.
was going on.
Well, thank you for letting us know. Woo,
Wow.
baby.
I'm gonna say this, Boom. You don't worry about the show today. I think it's more important. I think we all can agree that you handle your business and take care of trying to not only find your car but get your situation taken care of. All right. So why
For
don't you
sure.
go ahead
No,
and take care of doing that?
I'm a pop back. Hopefully, I get to my location where I'm going now, and then I can at least get in on the conversation part of the story because I don't want to miss another conversation. So,
We'd
we'll
love
make it do
that.
what it do.
We'd love
We
that.
appreciate the dedication for sure. Boom. If you're able to, but we understand if you don't. Right, guys.
Yes.
And there you have it. All right, everybody.
All right,
So
y'all.
now, yeah, go ahead, Boom. Do what you got to do. That's fine. And while Boom is trying to take care of that, and we wish him all the best, I'm sure we're gonna keep this thing moving on, right, guys? So let's keep the ball rolling.
Get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Turn it up. Now we gonna have us a good time, good time.
Happy birthday to all of you Leo the Lions that are still celebrating your birthdays. Virgos are coming up, and I can't wait. We're on deck.
Virgo is here.
What?
Yeah, today is
Today is the 23rd.
sun is in 0 degrees of Virgo. Oh
Wait,
Lord.
wait. Hold on, hold on. Yeah! So to all of you Leo the Lions and Virgos who are celebrating your birthday this week, the next week or the upcoming week, we're going to celebrate your birthdays with you. That's right, guys. It's Virgo season, finally. All right, on Debbie. Anybody special you want to shout out today?
I want to shout out Fred Hampton from the
Oh,
Black.
wow.
When I was
Wow.
probably a teenager when the Black Panthers were on the rise, and the media just
Beautiful.
projected them as these, rifle hugging,
Preach.
um, shooting, killing people, but they overlooked their service aspects of
Yes.
Black Panthers,
Preach.
and over an extent. I mean, I don't even know about the shoot. I think a lot of that was um, overstated, but the Black Panthers, they dead people, they were perfect Virgo demonstrators
Okay.
because of their service. And not just we're going to send everybody to college, but we're going to feed people.
Gonna
We want to give
feed
people something
people.
that they really
Yes.
need and substantial. So Fred
Take care of
Hampton
the
is one of
community.
the founders. I'd like to shout him out.
I'll give that another. Thank you so much for that, Debbie. And we're not necessarily a political show, but I love when we recognize key figures in our history that people might not have heard about or may know very little about. And so, yes, the Black Panthers weren't this political rebel group that the government tried to portray them out to be. They did a lot of good things in communities with
Mhm.
feeding the hungry and after school programs for kids, and all the list goes on and on and on. So thank you so very much for that. I appreciate that so much. All right. I just got one personal one, and then I'm going to move on, everybody. I want to just say happy birthday again to my beautiful daughter, Treasia, whose birthday was on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Who's currently serving our country in the Navy. She celebrates her birthday all week, so she's still celebrating. And so I will still say happy birthday to my baby girl, to our baby girl, right, Junior? All right, that was my only personal one. Real fast, I'm going to run through some celebs and we'll keep the show moving. Real quick, I want to say happy birthday in heaven and rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, everybody. August 23rd, today, would have been his birthday. He passed away, unfortunately, in a helicopter crash with his daughter, Brianna Bryant, on January 26th of 2020. So happy birthday in heaven to the Black Mamba. Also in basketball, I want to just say real quick, happy birthday to this guy here, Reggie Miller. August 24th, tomorrow, will be his birthday. You see him all over ESPN. So since I love basketball, I had to shout him out. And since I love comedy, I want to shout out this guy here. Happy birthday to Dave Chappelle, everybody. Tomorrow, August 24th, is his birthday, too. Crazy guy. I absolutely love him. I'm not so sure my wife appreciates my love for him, but I still love him anyway. Last but not least, everybody of our celebs, I want to say happy birthday to Shock G, everyone. Someone, a name you might not recognize, but maybe you'll recognize this.
Come on, I do the Humpty Hump. Come on, I do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all. I do the Humpty Hump. Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You might not remember the name, but you definitely remember the dance.
Oh, is that what it's called? The Humpty Hump?
The Humpty Hump. That's right. And people are still doing it to this day. So happy birthday. Rest in peace, by the way, also to Shock G, who was born August 25th, 1963, but passed away, unfortunately, April 22nd of 2021. Yeah, and he had us all moving on the dance floor. So thank you for that, sir. So happy birthday to all you Leo, the Lions, and upcoming Virgos. How about that? Now, to everybody who's having a celebration, especially with the summer closing out, there are ways that you can add our small businesses to it, and we really, really, really hope you do. We can use the business, and this is how you can do that. Hit it, Junior. Reach DJ Boom and Shush Entertainment at boomsquaddjs.com, 678-334-1745 for your next big event or karaoke night. And to attend the next Silent Fitness event, be sure to reach out to Shush Entertainment, a subsidiary of D3 Lux Entertainment. Before stepping out for the night, look for the latest in women's fashion at terryscloset.com. Step into Terry's Closet and step out in style. terryscloset.com, your closet's new best friend. And reach the Boris Singletary at visioncarriers@aol.com for astrology consultations, art workshops, wedding ceremonies, and rituals. Be sure to reach out to Vision Carriers at AOL.com, 212-234-1329. That's right, everybody. Please reach out to not only the beautiful and Debbie, but to all of us and add our small businesses to your affair. I just want to mention this real fast, and I'm going to keep it moving. terryscloset.com not only has our upcoming fall collection, it's coming, it's not there yet, but we would also like to introduce the Back to School Moms collection. So as you moms are out there shopping for the kids, sometimes you might forget about yourselves, but we also understand that you also need outfits for this upcoming school years that make you comfortable and also look good while you're dropping the kids off or going to those PTA meetings. And so we also have the Back to School Moms
or getting away
collection
from the kids and taking yourself out to dinner.
Beautiful. I love that too. All right, there you go, ladies. And thank you, Debbie, for helping us out there, everybody. So go look for that, everybody. And while you're doing that, we want to keep the show moving. So let's keep this ball rolling.
You know, I guess right now we should start the show.
CTV movies. One of my favorite things to do on the show because I need something to watch. I always do because I saw everything. All right, Debbie, I'm looking forward to hearing this from you. What do you got for me?
Well, okay, so I have a couple. Oh God, I hope I can remember. Moonstruck with Cher and
Oh,
whoever
yeah.
he was, and I'm mentioning that
Oh,
because it fits in with our topic of chemistry.
it
Um,
does.
yeah, and also when Harry met Sally is
Another
another
good one.
go moving, and also Pride and Prejudice, either the book or I think there was a movie. All of those movies fit in with our subject, although I think
That's a
this
good
could be
one.
the opposite attracting that I'm thinking of, but it'll work.
All right, I see my wife's joining the show. Thank you, T. Thank you, Debbie, so very much for that. I appreciate it. You always give me good things to watch, and I definitely appreciate that, right, Junior? That's right. All right, all right. I got one, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not actually a movie or television show, but I want to mention this. If you've been following the news, you will know that Serena Williams, I think just yesterday, announced her return to tennis. Everyone, congratulations to Serena and her return. We wish her all the best. But I'm going to mention that because this interested me. On Wednesday will be Althea Gibson's birthday. Rest in heaven to Althea Gibson. And for those who don't know, yes, go ahead and hear. Yes, thank you. Althea Gibson. She paved the way uh, for black tennis players, black athletes, black tennis players specifically, and paved the way for tennis players like Serena Williams to play the game of tennis. So I recommend her book, Althea: The Life of Tennis Champion Althea
Yay.
Gibson by Sally H. Jacobs. Excuse me. I'm a little excited because I love this so much. I like to talk about people who you might have heard about by not really know. So she has a really great story. Sorry about that. Go check it out. Get the book. It's also on. You can get it on Kindle. All of that. If you want to listen to it, great story, everybody. And that's my recommendation. Happy birthday in heaven to Althea, everybody. There you go. All right. There you go. All right. Now, that being said, for those of you out there who also have movie ideas, topics that you think our wonderful audience will love, or if you are a business looking to support our growing program, this is how you can do that. Hit them, Junior. To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment, join the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You could also watch, like, and comment, join the show on our social media pages. Our Facebook or Instagram is at From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is at 2_Be More. And our email is fromtheshore@gmail.com. You could also call the show at 732-455-2503. If no one answers, please leave a message and someone from the show will get back to you. And please, tell a friend. That's right, everybody. Tell a friend. We're creating a vibe here, so let's ride the vibe. All right, let's get into this topic, everybody. And again, I want to remind everyone to please comment on the show. Chemistry versus compatibility. This is a great topic for a number of reasons. Some of you
Because you
who
thought of it?
not necessarily, but I tell you why it was on my mind. This specifically, summer love. We're coming to the end of summer, and I know a lot of times in summer we have those summer romances, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? And sometimes they don't always last through the winter.
Mm.
And that's why during these closing days of summer, I thought that this would be a fantastic topic to have. And again, if you're having that summer romance, I want to hear about all the juicy bits. But please comment on the show. Yeah, sometimes especially when spring's coming around and the flowers are blooming and love is in the air, summer's about to start. You catch someone's eyes across the room because you were out one day on a beautiful day, maybe on a walk, maybe on a jog. They're looking good, and you think to yourself, this person seems interesting. Let me get to know this person. And after a couple dates or whatever, you might want to carry a little further. Now, things start getting serious. Now, where do we go from here? Have you ever found yourself in that situation before, Debbie?
when I
Ah,
when I catch the eye of someone, sure, yeah,
yes,
that's part of being alive, and it's part of
yes.
something that was installed and gifted to us human beings to help us to connect with others. And
Right.
so, certainly, I've caught an eye from across the room, and then the eye caught mine, and then after that, it gets maybe a little R-rated, and I won't go into it.
No, but here's the thing though. When you're young, I guess it feels like the energy or the spark might be even more intense. I don't want to say maybe is the word I want to use, intense, or do we jump to the chemistry side of it?
Okay,
Do
so
you see where I'm going with it? When you're younger or immature?
when you talk about young, it
Okay.
would be important to understand that how nature uses hormones, which is part
Right.
of
Okay. So you understand where I'm
so
going with
when
this?
you're younger, you're quote unquote more hormonal, but and I don't know
Right.
what you mean by younger, but people experience chemistry at at every age.
Yeah. Yeah. They do. Of course they do. Of course they do.
Mhm.
But maybe because society may deem, or maybe because, like you said, we were young, maybe we were little, the energy's a little more hormonal or whatever. You're out looking for that love, and so you're not really necessarily paying attention to sometimes all the little red flags or something. You're kind of more in love with the idea or the romance of being in love. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure,
If
sure.
that try to explains my point a little better.
It does. What we often do is in when there's chemistry and the person has this halo around them, ooh,
Right.
we fill in the other parts that are not shown.
Yes.
So we
That's where I'm in.
say, yeah, I feel this way, and she's this way, and she's that way. We're often projecting onto the other person our ideals
Wow, that's
of
true.
relating, and it may not be that person. And so, while I think chemistry,
That is so true.
which is a very real energy. It has to do with, I'm not scientific, but dopamine and
Right.
serotonin. There are these chemical, like it's real.
It's right.
That
Of course,
part
it's
is
real.
real. But
Yeah.
the realness of that is not everything. We fill in the rest, and
There.
and, and we fall in love and
I
get
think.
pregnant and then
Right.
get married.
I think simply put, I mean, it's natural. I mean, there are certain characteristics in other human beings, whatever they be, male or female, that strike an accord. That
Smells.
smells,
Not just
all kind of things.
characteristics.
Yeah,
It's
there could
smell.
be.
I mean, and we may
There
not,
could be, of
we
course.
may, no, not just could be, it is. You're talking about chemistry, right? So it's
So
not just emotional. It's not just they go like that. It's that just
pheromones.
energetic that releases from one person to the other. And we don't necessarily say, oh, I like the smell unless it's a perfume or
No, no.
aftershave. But there's something in the animals and we're
Okay.
animals
Okay.
that that causes us to latch on to certain people.
And have you ever heard of that word, pheromones? And please, people
Yeah,
watch the
sure.
show. If I'm saying this wrong, please correct me. I don't want to go on saying something wrong. Yeah. So it's a chemical thing, like you said, and that's
Yes.
something that you can sense, smell in another person. But
Could
whatever
be
it drives emotions or feelings in you.
be unconscious. I just want to, it could be unconscious. And a lot of times when we're talking about chemistry, we're talking about an unconscious reaction, how they move. We can see that, but there are things going on beneath our awareness, which is how later we go, how did I get into that?
I'm going to get into all that later on, boy. For sure. For sure. You're right. You're right. And so, when you're into that side of it, I mean, the chemistry side of it, that emotional side of it, whatever, you might tend to lower your guard a little bit when it comes to certain things. I think what you did say, that you might even project your own things onto that person and make them into something they're actually probably not. But you're not seeing the bigger picture, because guess what? Love is in the eyes, and everyone's got those happy faces with the big heart eyes and everything. And I get the idea of what it means to fall in love. There is a romanticism about being with another person and finding that connection. I get that. Society even promotes that, right? That you're supposed to almost supposed to have that other person. So I kind of get that idea, but are they always the right person? Now,
Well, yeah, and here's what we want to do if we have that. And by the way,
okay,
I think Terry will appreciate when I say it
uh-oh.
happens to married people too. It doesn't shut off because we have a wedding ring or
No,
because we're a certain age. So therefore, you want to have a kind of practice or protocol for when this happens to you. So for example, if you're single and you have that happening, what often happens is people get on the phone, they talk all day every day, and they see each other every day of the week. You want to say to yourself, I'm really attracted to this person, and say, you know what, let's only see each other once a week right now. Let's
whatever
not
works.
let's not talk on the phone all day, because all of that also bonds. It becomes like now you're bonded. I have been in relationships where men have started calling me every day, and I'm not a woman who needs that.
Ooh, ooh,
And
God no.
but they
Ooh,
call every day. Oh, I'm in a habit. It
ooh,
may
no.
have started as some kind of chemistry, but now it's
Right.
and we think we have to do it this way. Sometimes we want to leave spaces,
I think
and
so.
in a marriage where the chemistry is not the primal focus, because the other part of compatibility is mutual values and
Of
shared
course it is.
experiences.
Of
And
course it is.
sometimes one of the ways to reignite that in a marriage is to create space.
Oh, I agree
And
100%.
and, and I don't and Shaheem, you do not have my permission to go to um, Jamaica's black
Yeah,
you
you must have been reading my mind.
to go there without your wife. Okay, let me tell you, when I talk about space, that's not what I'm talking about.
Sorry, honey.
But it could be a vacation away. It could be a class that you take without your wife, or husband, a hobby you take up that's yours, so that
Yeah,
you can keep some of that mystery in the relationship and give yourself
right.
something to talk about.
Keeping that chemistry fresh and new is important. 100% important.
Well, I
um,
don't know that we want to keep it fresh, because
well,
we can't, because it's you
hear
know
me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
familiar. Okay, I'll hear
Hear
you.
me out. What I mean to say is, when you're with someone all the time, okay,
Mhm.
and I want to talk about the chemistry side of it, and you get used to this person, their scent, their being, their traits. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it could get a little boring or comfortable. So you want to be able to miss them to create that excitement about seeing them again.
Mhm.
About, okay, you've missed that scent, you've missed that twinkle in that eye, And so when you see them again, it reinvigorates you all over again. It excites you so much to see that person again. That's what I mean to say when I'm saying keep it fresh.
And here's what I want to contribute. We
Okay.
often mistake that chemistry as the love. And so I'm suggesting that we don't just want to keep igniting it, because it is not real necessarily, or it's real physiological changes happening in the body, but, but it's not necessarily the love. The love is the shared experiences, the shared values, the conversations. And very often, when you're in the chemistry phase, you don't need to talk except, except mooning, love talk.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
When the
there are
conversations
people
get deeper, you start finding out a
sometimes
little bit more
it's,
about each other.
yeah, there are people who are high peak people.
What do you mean?
And I mean, there are people who come alive in a new adventure. In some ways,
Okay,
I'm a high peak person. Like, I love those moments of, mystery and charge. And it's like people who like
okay,
the roller coasters, although I don't like those. They can become addicted to high peaks. But life is
okay.
not built of high peaks.
No,
The
it's
high
not. Good
peaks,
point.
the high peaks are only
Good point.
to have boundaries for the valleys.
For the
The
valleys, right?
valleys is so you also need to value the valley and not just feel like
Yeah,
everything has to be up and
100%. And when you get into those valleys, you will find that you want to be with a partner who understands you more than anything. Someone that you're compatible with, not someone that you're fond of, but someone that you're compatible with, that you can work through problems together, man, that you can communicate sometimes to the point where you don't even have to talk, but you know what the other person's thinking, man. It creates a comfortable feeling in home, a stability that's I think just unmatched, and so that's where compatibility becomes so important. Now,
bring
blue
Virgo
light.
in here. I could bring Virgo in here. Um, the
Watch it
Virgo
now.
is going to be, you're going to love it.
All right.
The Virgo
Say less.
energy is about sustaining something over a period of time.
Wow.
When the season is in the spring and summer, there's all this excitement. There's the sun, there's the beach, there's the flowers, there's
There
the
is.
the produce growing. But Virgo energy goes, okay, we got to cut this down and cut it up and dry it out or whatever they do. It's
Sounds about right.
chopped wood carry water. And very often we don't think that's
Wow.
glamorous. What's
Right.
glamorous
Right.
is the other part of it, the magic of it, the new growth. Now, Virgo season is about grounding those experiences.
Wow.
And sometimes they're what people think of as boring.
Wow. Oh,
And so you have to, well, no, I'm not saying a Virgo
I
is
know what you mean, but I'm
boring.
gonna mess with you
But
anyway.
chopping wood, I love that because that's our chemistry. When we talk about how opposites attract, we'll get into that. But
Okay.
so the Virgo energy is about sustaining
I like
and
that.
and service.
I
It
like
is
that.
not high peak necessarily.
No, definitely not. I like sustaining. You're 100% right about that. Well, everybody think about the fresh of the flowers. We're thinking about how that's going to last us through the winter. People, believe me when I tell
Mhm,
you, that's just
mhm.
how that's just how my mind works. Beautifully put on, Debbie, and I appreciate that. But yeah, you brought up something interesting though. How opposites can attract. Why do you suppose that could be? And I'll give you a perfect example. Just look at me in my marriage. Me and my wife, we're total opposites. Yet we not only do we find each other, but we are inseparable to this day. And that's just a funny thing. Why do you suppose opposites attract? Is it because we find something in that other person that we don't see in ourselves, or is it not that deep?
Well, you had the experience. You tell me. I think you know. Tell
Well, I don't
us.
know. Maybe it is because we see something in the other person that we don't see in ourselves. I don't know if that has anything to do with chemistry, but maybe that is because I know my wife is the softer side of me, where I'm the more. Yeah, I can get emotional. I yeah, and my wife is the calmer side of me. There has been plenty of times where I was blowing up and my wife had to step in and get control of the situation. Yeah,
And
maybe.
here's what I heard you say. She's the calmer side of you. And so
Mm,
what this means is that you have a calm side that you may not be in touch with.
oh no.
Sometimes it's called the shadow side. Uh,
What?
it's
Ex-
called sometimes it's known as the shadow side. It's the
really?
part of ourselves that we don't permit to live. Like, for
Okay.
example, calmness and peace and ration and being even tempered might be relegated to the feminine. And so if you're a
Okay.
man in this culture, you might be taught to value loud and
Okay.
conquering, and you may not be permitted to be a part of yourself which is more feminine,
More feminine. Okay.
right? Or for me, you know, some of my closer female friends are very outgoing and they have lively personalities,
Uh-huh.
and my personality is a little more laid back, a little more even, but I have that side of me that maybe I'm afraid or I don't have enough experience expressing it. And so I live that part of me out in my other women friends who may appear to be different, but are
Right.
me in a different base.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Well, here's the flip side of opposites attracting. Well, I don't know if it's a flip side, but here's another story. What if you know how people fall in love? They do all the time. All right, the chemistry's there. They fall in love. You find out that you are compatible. You find that you are compatible. You live together. You might even go on to marry. You might even go on to have children. You might go on to be married for decades, even. But along the line, you start growing apart, and now you're not compatible anymore. What could lead to that, and what do you do then? You know you love this person, but you're starting to feel like we're not aligned anymore.
What do you mean by compatible?
Well, when you were compatible when you got married, right? And so I guess what I mean,
What is
we were aligned
compatible?
with,
What
you
is it?
were, well, compatible. You just said a few
Like,
things that make people compatible. Values, you share the same values. That made you
okay.
compatible. Okay. The ability to work together. You communicate well together in a way that you haven't had or shared with other people. That made you compatible before. But somewhere along the line, that's started changing for
I
some
can
reason.
I can layer in
Okay.
opposites attract in this. One of the reasons that opposite attracts is a vital force is that if I don't like you, I'm more likely to be myself, right? I'm not polite.
Wow.
We're
That's powerful.
we're not in the dating where I
Wow.
go, oh, he likes frilliness and let me get a frilly blouse for, and I'm going to act this way, and
All
I
right.
them to love me, and so therefore I'm going to be soft spoken. Like if I tried
Okay.
that, when I got with the person, they'd go like, "You loud," but sometimes when we're dating, we're polite. When we're not, when we don't like each other, we feel more
Of
free to be ourselves. So
course.
often in a marriage, people hold on, or a long-term relationship or any kind of friendship, people hold on to the illusion of who they are. And then at some point, life says,
Wow.
there's
That's true.
another part of you. You have to be that self. And then you step
Uh-uh.
out and you be that self, and the other says, "Oh my God, you're bossy, you're this, you're that, or
Uh,
you're not
uh,
reliable," because we
uh.
sometimes we front in order to get along.
We
So
front. I like that. I
yeah,
love that.
So
We,
Terry is offering, or you can like the same activity too. I'm guessing
yeah,
she's talking about what makes a people compatible.
right,
But
right.
what if? But I've experienced this.
Mm-hmm.
We like the same activities, and then one person doesn't want to do it anymore. And
Don't want to
I've
do it anymore.
experienced that with
Mm-hmm.
partners. Maybe we do art together, and every time it's
Mm-hmm.
around that, and then one day they don't want to do that anymore. They want to do something
Yeah.
else, and I'm like, but I like this that we're doing.
Life
So
changes. Life
it
changes. Life changes. We grow and we change as we grow and we
evolves.
mature. I mean, the person the people that we were when we got married at 24 and 25, we're probably not the same people at 45 and 50
Mhm, mhm.
anymore. So the word
Yeah,
compatibility is even a funny thing.
and hi Nisi, I saw that you popped in at
Yes.
some point,
Yes.
so I
Thank you so
want to
much.
say hi to my friend Nisi.
Big supporter of the show. Thank you so much. Yeah. And so I think maturity has a lot to do with chemistry and compatibility. I mean, we at 21, you don't know the same things. Oh man, at 21, chemistry got me in so much trouble with people that weren't compatible, folks. Folks, let me say that again. Chemistry got me in trouble with so many people that weren't compatible. People, but they were all learning experiences. I'm not knocking anybody. I learned, I grew, and it helped me become the person that I am today. Until finally, I did meet someone, my wife, who I was more compatible with, shared the chemistry, and was compatible with, and we're still married. We have a beautiful family, and I was very fortunate. And I'm hoping everybody is going to be fortunate if you're not right now in the romance field. But at the same time, though, I don't want to portray that stigma that society always portrays on Debbie. And just give me this for 1 minute. That you always have to be with someone to be happy. I think we talked about that on the show before, too. And that's a huge stigma that you always have to find someone. You have to be out there, and even if you're in your 50s, you got to go on those senior cruises, and you got to be that and be that. I would encourage everybody to find yourself first before you even know what you want in order to be compatible. Would you agree with that on Debbie? How about you,
Yes,
Junior? You agree with that?
yeah. I mean, you have to own yourself first. You have to be yourself.
Right.
You have to enjoy your own company, and
Ah.
you don't want to. Your identity doesn't have to be that you're married. I've been in friendships where with women, for example, and they go, and my husband.
Yeah.
I go like,
Yeah.
okay, well, first of all, what's your husband's name? Like, it's not about, where's his individuality? Like, he's not just your husband. He is Tyrone.
Okay.
He
Okay.
is Jason. She is Mark.
They have an
Mark.
identity.
So you don't want to just talk about, yeah. So I go, yeah, their identity is their marriage. And I don't know that that's always healthy.
Right. Right. Let me ask you this though: or is it possible to confuse chemistry with fulfillment? What I mean is, when you're out there in pursuit of romance, and you've been alone for a while, is it easy can confuse chemistry with fulfillment? Just trying to fulfill a void or an emotion or a space in your life that you might feel is missing. I think it's easy to confuse the two. In all honesty.
I think you're right.
And the best way to separate that, I think, is just maturity and what we just talked about. You gotta know yourself, man. You have got to get in touch with yourself, spend some time with yourself, be comfortable with being with yourself, like you just said, and learn who you are. And then I think you'll be able to figure out or navigate yourself to what it is that you're actually missing and what void it is that you're trying to fill in your life. Right, guys? And I say guys because my son is also listening to technique too. I'm glad that he's on my words too.
Guys is fine. I call women you guys. So I want to be one of the guys.
All right. Well, you are one of the guys today. Thank you.
With, Shaheem, is
Okay.
the basis of attraction is my own happiness. I think of it as this:
Mm.
if I am happy, then the universe can respond to who I
Wow.
am. If
Beautiful.
I'm low, I'm going to get low. If I'm happy, I'm going to get happy. And sometimes when people say to me, I want to meet somebody, I want somebody, I say, you better turn on your light,
Wow.
because
Yes.
if the this is a flashlight, or a pointer, if the angels are
Right.
flying over and they pointed, they were like, oh, I can't find a light in that person, I'm going to
Right.
skip her, and they're going to go to the person where they can find a light. Like, I think our light
Right.
attracts whatever.
I
And this is
agree.
not even just for
I agree
romance,
100%.
it's also in employer employee relationships.
Okay.
People are going to be more likely to see you and appreciate
Mmm.
if you are a fairly
Shining.
healthy and shining. Yes.
Shining.
So
I
the
agree with that.
idea is not that having a friend or a lover is what's going to make me happy and fulfilled. That it is out of my own fulfillment.
Can I get
I'm
can I
trying
give something for that, Junior? Yes, it did.
to
100%. 100%. You attract positive energy by protruding positive energy and shining, and then people look at you in an attractive way. I heard a person say in business, in a business sense, that when you're out there and you're just hawkishly trying to pursue success, that is harder to come. But when you learn to be your own positive self, that success starts coming to you more often. When you're out there
Mhm.
shining and being positive and giving off positive vibe and energy, not saying that you're always going to be have a good day, but even so, you're getting up with that positive vibe and that positive energy, that positive outlook on life. People find that attractive. I think it
And
even creates a certain kind of chemistry. Go ahead on, Debbie. I'm sorry.
and when we talk about compatibility, I don't think it's sameness that we're talking about.
Uh
We're
oh.
not we're not looking for someone who's the same as us,
Oh,
because if someone's
okay.
the same as me, it might be easy. And then they say, well, let's go to a restaurant, and we always agree on Thai food, because we both like it. But I look interested. What about the person who says, "Hey, let's go to a sushi bar"? Because I'm going to say, not interested.
Not interested.
Um, but if I'm with a person who's going to expand my world, I at least want to be willing to go. Now, by the way, I'm going to
Okay.
get the Go ahead.
No, I said okay. No, you're right. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get the California rolls, okay? Because
I love sushi. Junior and I love sushi too, right, Junior?
that's so, but if I'm with you and Ty, and you guys
Yeah.
want to go to I'm not, I'm going to want to go. And I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you, well, what do you advise? I've never eaten sushi before other
All
than
right.
California rolls. What can I'm going to expand my world. So
Definitely.
sometimes we go for sameness because it makes us, we don't have to reach,
Try so hard.
have to stretch. We don't want
Yeah.
to. We just want to be comfortable.
I
And
got a
and I
question for you. Just a just simple question. In your pursuit of love in the past, and maybe even now, what are things about another person that were always deal breakers? And I'll give you one of mine. Something that was always a deal breaker for me was cleanliness. If I found out a young lady
Virgo,
was mess,
Virgo.
I'll accept that. I'll own it. If I found out that a person, a female, was messy, I couldn't. I couldn't get past that at all. That's
What do
just
you
my
mean
deal
messy?
breaker. What if they kept an unclean apartment, or messy car? It just threw me. I can't. I can't deal with the unorganization of it all. That's just me. Was there deal breakers for you?
Okay, I'm trying to think. How can I say this without crossing into X-rated?
Uh,
I
please.
have had to tell people of the Virgo persuasion to please don't take a shower before you get in bed. I mean, unless
Really?
it's because I want a raw experience. I don't
Right.
want a squeaky clean or partners who jump up and they go take a shower. I'm like, look, this isn't dirty. You know, fluids aren't necessarily dirty unless they're, get to be 2 days, 3 days, 5 days old. That's
Ew,
something
now
else.
you just nasty.
For me,
Ew.
um,
Oh,
to me, cleanliness would be the deal breaker for me. If the person is too clean, I'm going to think they're too
all right.
hung up, and
My son's over here laughing about it, but
I'm not gonna wanna. I'm
it's
be
all
like,
right.
I'm sorry, honey, you fine, but you just too clean. You just too neat.
Oh my
I'm
God.
what I value is the
All right.
real more
Okay. I
than the
respect that.
squeaky clean.
I respect that. I'm sure everybody's out there got the. I'm now I put the question out there for people watching. I love to hear what your deal breakers were. Was it with
Hey,
bad breath? Was
Kelly,
it
what's
bad
yours?
toes? No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You
You
have to
see,
live with me, lady.
what
I
is
can remember.
yours?
I can remember the movie Boomerang, everyone. And I know you out there, especially if you're my age, you remember the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. Great movie. Me and my wife just saw it recently. And one of his deal breakers was hammer toes. That was his deal breaker. But because of that, when he finally found someone who he thought had precious feet, got him into the worst relationship that he had ever been into. Wow.
Or how
Wow.
about Eddie Murphy and is it Welcome to America? When he would say to the woman, "What you?" Oh, Nisi says bad breath.
Oh,
Okay,
yes. I think we can all agree with that one. I think we can all agree with that one. Okay.
we we should do a show on what do you do when someone has bad breath? Like how do
Ooh,
you handle it?
I don't
So,
know.
Nisi,
What
if
do you
you want
think,
to tell
Jay?
us how you handle it, I'd be interested in knowing. In Boomerang, the king is looking for a woman, a
What?
wife, I
Coming to
believe.
America. Coming to America, right? Right.
And he asked the woman, "Well, what do you want?" And she goes, "Whatever you want."
Whatever you like. Yes.
She's like, "I'm going to fit in. I'm going to be what you want," and that's not interesting. That's
He
not
didn't think so, no.
challenging. Why?
No.
So you would like that?
No.
Whatever you want, Shaheen?
That would get boring so fast. No, no, no. I want somebody that I can fight with every now and then. I gotta admit, people, I'm not. It might sound a little crazy, but a good argument helps every now and then. I just a challenge. I guess what I mean. A challenge. That would just get boring. Someone who's just walking lockstep, everything you want to do. Well, where's the fun in that? There's no fun in that.
And if it maybe it'd be okay if they're really being themselves, but sometimes people are being nice, and being
You
nice
said it.
is not being oneself
You
in
said
many
it.
cases. The opposite of
You
nice
said
is
it.
not mean and nasty, nor is the opposite mean and nasty to be nice. The opposite of
Listen.
nice is
Mm.
authentic. So what
Ah.
you want is someone who is authentic, who is their real selves. Shaheen
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't want me on this show, I don't think, if I just agreed with him. Although sometimes I say to myself, Deborah, don't be so disagreeable. Uh,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know, listen,
Okay.
say to myself, listen to him,
Mm.
let him talk, ask him questions. But at
Okay.
the same time, I know he doesn't want me to just repeat what he's saying or say it in different words.
Yeah.
The fact that I challenge him, I think, is how I've lasted on this podcast for the last 2 or 3 years.
And you definitely do. Oh, but I want to say this too, because I know people probably have heard this phrase before. When it comes to meeting people uh, for the first time and being out there and everything, when you meet someone, you often meet their representative. You do not meet the actual person.
Well said. Well
And
said.
that's just to piggyback on what you were saying about, we always are nicest with people we don't necessarily know. We're only, what was you saying? We're only ourselves around people we don't like, or something along those lines, right?
And and when I was looking for jobs from
Mm.
time to time, if I walked into a waiting room and I saw, um, 6 white women, three
Okay.
blondes, and three brunette, and then me, I would be like, I don't have a chance here. Because
Oh, Debbie.
often the interviewers are looking for people like them.
Yes, they are.
You know, they're looking for people who aren't going to challenge the status quo. And
100% right.
so often when people hire people who are like them, that's where the lack of diversity comes in.
It
You know, there's
does.
no diversity in those working situations because
No.
they're hiring people who at the very least looks like them. Do you know
And
how I
thinks like them,
got
walks like them. And yes. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
got jobs by volunteering because people wouldn't hire me because I,
Wow.
didn't look right to them. But they would take me for free, and then when they had me for free,
And so what you could
they,
do.
they would go, "Oh, you want a job here? We'll pay you."
I want to say this, man. Without diversity, there is no growth. Without
Exactly.
diversity, there is no growth. You're just spinning your wheels now. You're having the
Hmm.
same conversations with the same people with the same ideas. When you have diversity, you're getting things from different angles, from different perspectives, from different facts, ways of life, all over the world, and it makes us all better in the end, not worse. I just felt the need to say that. How about that? Talk about compatibility. All right, everybody. I see the time ticking away, so I'm going to start closing things out. I'm sure, well, I'm hoping, or Debbie and I, both hope, and Junior, for that matter, hope that you guys, first of all, enjoyed the conversation. We really hope you do. I know I did. And we hope that y'all got something for it, most importantly. How about that? Right, everybody?
Yeah, when you talk about being oneself, sometimes my challenge on this show is being myself because I am a kind of raw person. I'm bottom line, and so some of the things that I might say, like "don't take a shower first," I mean, it could seem crazy, but it's honest. And I think in all relationships, what we really want to
One step
learn
by one
to
step
do
ahead
is
of
to
God.
be honest. And being honest often means risking being ourselves and risking that the person won't like it and will walk away. You gotta say thank you for walking away because really weren't meant to be if I can't be me.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so very much. You only be happiest if you're yourself, ladies and gentlemen. At least that's what I think. I
And
think
that was
that's
my
really like.
final word
Oh, all
for
right, Debbie.
today. For today. For today.
All right, thank
How
you
about you?
so
What's your
very much.
last words?
Since the top of the day was chemistry and compatibility today, everybody, I'm just gonna say, choose the connection that chooses you back, everybody. And then you'll find compatibility. How about that?
Poetry. Huh.
I'm
I like
trying
it.
over here. I'm trying over here. So everybody, again, I want to say thanks to everybody for joining us today. We really, really hope you enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for everybody who contributed to it. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all your support. Thank you, Junior. You are rock, son. Let me just give yourself a round of applause. You are rock, son. All right, in closing, I just want to remind everybody to find out what's going on in Shaheen World and to see my new video. It's on. Make sure you visit therealshaheen.com. Find the Back to School Moms collection at terryscloset.com. And you can find out what's going on with Junior at Otaku Everything at Animate Cannibal. And go see on Debbie too, everybody, at Vision Cares. How about that? Now, we're going to let you go to your Sunday so we can get to ours. And we hope to see you back here next weekend for another episode of From the Shore to Be More. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thank you, son.